What's up, guys? This is Rob Beardsley. I wanted to talk to you guys about Lone Star's why and our one-liner. So recently, Richard Wilson from the Family Office Club critiqued our marketing materials and kind of our brand identity as a company. And he pointed out that the biggest thing that we lacked was a one-liner, which he thinks is critical for a company not only to be able to clearly come across to potential clients, partners, whoever, who we are, what we do, but also it brings cohesion and really focuses us as a company. So that prompted me to obviously have to think about who we are and try to figure out a very succinct way to describe what we do and why. And so what we came up with is delivering monthly cash flow for hundreds of investors through vertically integrated and tech-forward Texas workforce housing. So it's kind of a mouthful, so I'll break it down real quick, and then I'll also talk kind of more high level about our why. So delivering monthly cash flow, that's the first one. So we recognize through conversations with hundreds and hundreds of investors that investors, especially the ones that are attracted to our type of platform, they really value monthly cash flow. And the way to put it most simply is if you're providing distributions, strong distributions to your investors, which is not an easy thing to do, and you have the option to do it quarterly versus monthly, why wouldn't you do it monthly? It's maybe a little bit more administrative work, but at the end of the day, if you have the opportunity to give investors a smile 4 times a year versus 12, you should do 12. So monthly cash flow, very important to us and our investors. So delivering monthly cash flow for hundreds of investors, that's the lifeline of our company. We need many investors to support our business and allow us to grow. And in turn, we're providing lots of cash flow and diversification for those investors. Now, how are we delivering that monthly cash flow? It's through vertically integrated and tech-forward Texas workforce housing. So vertically integrated, what that means is our operations are in-house. So we have property management as a wholly owned subsidiary of Lone Star. So we don't have a third-party management company that we partner with. Not to say that's a bad thing, but we've chosen to bring our operations in-house, which allow us to have tighter controls and really greater insight into what's happening on a day-to-day basis. And it allows us to be more nimble with our business plans. So that's the vertically integrated aspect. Now, tech forward is something that is a little bit more aspirational for us still. We're in the beta right now of building out our asset management dashboard. This is going to be a visualization tool that's going to feed live data from our property management software and provide us with a lot more nuanced data about what's happening at the property level. And hopefully this will allow us insight to be able to understand, okay, we need to focus more on tours, we need to focus more on online marketing, or we have too much exposure in this certain month, we need to change our leasing. So all those things that should make us smarter and be able to actually perform better at the operating level, right? So it's one feeds the other, right? Our vertically integrated operations allow us to have those controls and ability to actually make those changes on site. And then the tech forward dashboard allows us to actually inform what changes we should make on site. The other aspects of being tech forward is utilizing the latest and greatest technology as far as investor dashboards to provide the best investor relations customer service for our partners, and certain things like, for example, included in our business plan for our latest investment is a smart home tech package. So we're being strategic with finding the right property where actually going in there and adding USB outlets, smart locks, smart thermostats is actually really going to get a big bang for our buck, right? Those types of amenities, in-home amenities, aren't super expensive to install, but they do create a big perceived increase in value. So just keeping on the tech-forward edge, right? Real estate is a very old business that is often on the slow end of the curve, of the adoption curve for technology. So we're trying to fight that and find ways to create value. And lastly, we have Texas workforce housing. Richard Wilson at the Family Office thinks it's really important to be focused, especially as a younger, growing company. You don't want to be all over the place. You want to be the best at one thing and really ride that. So for us, we've chosen not to look at every market, not to look at every asset class, but to really focus on Texas workforce housing. And we're bullish on it. We're experts at it. We've got great relationships in the space. And that's what allows us to excel and get the best deal flow, to have the best insights, to be able to better analyze deals and be able to pick out the best deals from our acquisitions process. So that's the Texas portion. And then workforce housing, we've all heard about the amazing demographic drivers for workforce housing, so I don't want to cover all of them, but the basics are there's a strong supply and demand imbalance. You know, nobody's building new supply of older workforce housing product, and then at the same time the demand continues to grow year over year as more and more people are seeking more affordable housing in more affordable cities, such as the South, like Texas and the Southeast. So that encapsulates our one-liner right there. It's delivering monthly cash flow for hundreds of investors through vertically integrated and tech-forward Texas workforce housing. So that's the one-liner. Now, to zoom out even further, let's talk about the why. So, you know, that's kind of the how. You know, how are we creating what we're creating, and how are we doing what we're doing? How are we adding value to the world? But the bigger question is the why. And the why for us is we want to do smart things with smart people. So much of this business is a people's business, all up and down the chain, whether it's the maintenance people, to your lender, to your investors, to the partners and employees at our company. So with that in mind, you're interacting with people all day long, and if you have the choice to interact with people, they should be people that are in alignment with you. So we want to work with people that motivate us, that inspire us, to make us better. And so that's the first idea of doing smart things with smart people. So doing smart things, that's a little bit more subjective, a little bit harder to define, but we are not a complacent company where we think, well, we're just going to pick a strategy and then ride that trend. We're always analyzing the market and finding ways that we could be doing better, that we could be adding more unique value, or taking a unique perspective on the market and finding different strategies that other people are maybe overlooking. You know, the investment business by nature is a contrarian business. The way to generate the best returns is to take a position that is non-consensus and have it actually turn out to be true. That is something incredibly difficult and requires a lot of gumption, because basically have to look at the crowd, see what they're doing, say that they're all doing it wrong, and then you have to turn out to be right. So that's not to say that we're a contrarian firm always going against the grain. That's not true. You know, we absolutely are analyzing big moving trends, and we are riding those waves. But within the big trends, we're finding ways to be unique and create outsized value. So that's the Lone Star why, is doing smart things with smart people. I hope you enjoyed hearing more about our thought process behind our how and why. Thanks for watching.